What's up? Just got back from school today, just chilling with some friends or whatever, my family, whatever. Progress reports was being distributed today. This video right here is going to talk about how some teachers can be our worst enemies ever. Now, I'm not going to say every single teacher at school or anywhere else is our worst enemy. But this is just me talking about some of the stuff that I have been hearing about lately. Now, okay, I know one thing that I do know is that it's this 5-year-old boy, whatever, and he was just sitting back there, hanging around in class, doing his usual thing, and the teacher just sitting there writing bad content in his paper. But what really made this, report so severe is the fact is that this teacher said something to the student that was just not cool, man. In fact, it was so disrespectful that the guy literally had to bring a voice tape to school and record what exactly the teacher had just said to him that day. That was not nice, man. If I ever find a teacher like that, shoot, man, I'd rather get my freaking mom to take care of that. Speaking of me, I had a teacher that was an enemy to me. I do get that. Okay. It was one ordinary day where we had to dress out in the gym or whatever, and all of a sudden, this old coach teacher that I had, and this was back in 8th grade in middle school, was sitting there yelling at me just because I had striped pants. And my thing is, why you gotta yell for, man? Like, that ain't really necessary, man. I understand we can't wear striped pants. And speaking of striped pants, look at everybody else. They out there wearing different colored pants. You ain't saying nothing to them. That just makes no sense, man. And you're stupid for yelling because, first of all, I do not like being yelled at, man. Second of all, this guy really does deserve to get cursed by my freaking mom and to get dealt with, because the fact is that, I understand we're not supposed to wear stripes, but you ain't gotta freaking yell over it. Damn. You got teachers like that nowadays, man. They'll just see you sitting right there doing a whole bunch of stupid crap like that. What else is another teacher do I know that could be an enemy? Hey, it's a lot of teachers. Some of the teachers can be very nice, but some of them can be very mean to you. Now, I'm not saying mean as in go sit down in your seat type mean. I'm talking about the mean as they'll do stuff to a student that's not cool, man. Oh, I know another one. Be mindful that I had these 2 literacy teachers that are girls last year or whatever. Man, listen. They make jokes because they basically want the class to have fun. But this day is something that is the day that my friend was not happy. Still get out of a friend who's constantly getting bothered by almost every freaking person. Oh my God, do y'all not know how to get off this guy's nuts? Now, I'm not going to talk about him, I'm going to talk about the teachers. Okay, so some student left the class or whatever. The guy tells somebody that someone was in the seat. Then they had the nerve to take the guy out of the classroom and thought it was bullying. First of all, do y'all even know the definition of bullying? Bullying is talking smack about somebody or, stealing somebody's lunch money. I don't remember a reminder of somebody sitting in a certain spot called bullying. In fact, these 2 teachers I had last year saw me get bullied, and they didn't bother to do crap. It's like I literally had to do all the freaking work. While the other 3 bastards I had to sit with didn't even do crap at all, but just sit there and BS all day. The entire, we're just doing teamwork. Teachers didn't even bother to do crap. You know how I'm bringing this stuff up, and yet, what else can I add about them? These 2, one of the major things I am really against nowadays, favoritism. These two teachers use this crap all the time. I'm like, yo, I understand you guys like certain kids, but y'all gotta treat the kids that talk to you better than those who don't. I mean, that's not right, man. You should treat everybody the same. Speaking of that, a coach teacher on a football game actually gave some of the students better grades on a football game than the rest of the students. That's an example of favoritism. And what's really stupid about it is, I mean, I know they know this favoritism stuff a lot, but yet some teachers are still stupid. Do you do it? Like, we just had a discussion about that in class, man. Yet y'all are still stupid to use it? Wow. Like, sometimes I don't even know what the fuck is the point of a teacher working at school in the first place, man. Like, I just don't get it. And then you got teachers nowadays out here raping and fucking students. Like, rabbits or some shit. Like, hey, like I said, teachers can be our enemies too. I mean, hell, you just don't know it. I mean, hey, got teachers beating up on kids, you know? Then you got this one teacher calling this young girl in middle school, which this girl's a 6th grader, a loser. Do you realize that, and she said this was a joke. First of all, do you think calling a student a loser is actually a joke? If a teacher were to call me a bitch or a nigga, first of all, I would have to let my mom know about that. Or let somebody else know about it. Because first of all, I ain't gonna come to school to be treated like shit. Now, not saying I'm being treated like shit, because this year I'm actually doing perfectly well. But if I really have to go to school to be treated like shit, chances are I might as well drop